from the abuse from the dude running the engine. Tuesday, March 10th, 8:48 is again making lobotomizing sounds in the frequency by my esophagus and gut, and paralyzing the wound underneath the frequency underneath my left shoulder blade by my heart, mobilizing my hands and all that good stuff like they're trying to do. V2K stated trying to make me look like a blank blank. I'm not going to repeat it. It's a homosexual, bisexual, whatever, obviously they can't handle a pretty boy Ukrainian American, authentic Kozak, pre-Holodomor, with blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't control their lusts. Treating me like an animal, sex victim, sex traffic victim, and subhuman. Anyways, their tricks are exposed. You're not fooling nobody. Everyone else has to be tortured by I don't know if they're a part of the church or they're getting paid, by the church to do these jobs that if I was hired, if I was solidified in the church, man, we would get some Ukrainians here and do some Ukrainian labor. Anyways, with that stated, 8:48 is not stopping, and I'm not getting a hold of no one. Father Cosmos is, Brother Cosmos is, killing me with kindness till I get off the property. They threatened to call the police on me yesterday, and I have nowhere to go, no money, nothing. And what's it called? I'm waiting for the security scan. That's why I'm here. If I can't be a part of this monastic community. Obviously I'm handling security issues the whole time I've been here, but nobody except those who are monitoring me through my recording agrees in the state of California. Like, damn, man, they're really getting away with that? Man, talk to the Greek Orthodox Church about the Latins. And with that stated, talk to the Greek Orthodox Church about the Nazis. Talk to the Greek Orthodox Church about the Masons. Talk to the Greek Orthodox Church about the Gnostics. Talk to the Greek Orthodox Church about heresy in general to orthodoxy. And what's it called? It's beyond smells and bells, man. Because my people in 988 got our tradition from the Greek church, which was part of Rome, the communion. Then when the schism happened, you know what happened? My people sided with Constantinople. Okay? Constantinople Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, comes from the monastery, has no wealth. Excommunicated the Moscow Patriarchate, Filaret of the Russian Orthodox Church, who's estimated $4 to $6 billion, ex-KGB, Putin's upper hand in the KGB, and after the invasion of Ukraine. And the rest of the Orthodox churches that are KGB, Freemasonic, self-governing, that said, Bartholomew, what did you do? Some stayed neutral, some agreed, and a lot of them sided with Russia. And I don't know if they could all receive communion in the churches yet. I still stand politically in an alliance with the Greek Orthodox Church of Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew. And with that stated, yeah, once I joined, since 2009, been prevented. They were working with me in 2020, 2021. When they were witnessing the abuses. And I was trying to formally enter. Instead of putting me through catechism, give me a catechism test. You know what I'm saying? Based off of my Hesychast direct experience and my actual understanding of the Eastern Orthodox theology based on being a baptized member of Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church since birth and my experiences. And you just get me in there already. And most likely I have to go to New Mexico to St. Michael's. I'd like to stay in Cali for a minute, yet I could walk off the property at any time when I get the security scan. Yet everyone's still playing me crazy, mobilizing him. Has way too much power over a free man who's captive. Way too much power with their tongue to force his body to be lobotomized and paralyzed, heart rate accelerated, excruciating torture, pain in the wounds that you're afflicting. Because you never had your ex-girlfriend you had 2 miscarriages with, that you fornicated with, probably every other day, you know what I'm saying, when you were together. get cut into pieces and found on the train tracks, and ruled an accident when she was with someone. And then I was blamed for it on house arrest. And you know what I'm saying? When I look at it, and I still don't know how she was murdered, it looks like a murder. May 23rd, 2018, in the local news of Cleveland. And with that stated, I went 6 years abstinence because every time I found a woman that I was compatible with the Holy Spirit, you know, to have a child and get married, and her family and who she is internationally, gets sex trafficked by the Tippy Gang leader, sodomized with LSD on the condom, and microchip into his client list, tied to P. Diddy, Epstein, Adam Waffen Division, Order 9 Angels, neo-Nazi client list, and including Shara Janine Tilley, my first girlfriend, and Chelsea Lynn Louise Godbold, who got murdered, to my knowledge, was microchip. And with that stated, that's how she got killed, by the same group that's murdering me, because I know the truth. And I reveal it publicly while everyone's a bullshitter playing games, because they're too comfortable with changing the changes that need to occur for your children not to be enslaved. Anyways, someone's talking my ear off close by with the sound of this bullshitter that's using a machine. And excuse my language. Yeah, let's see how this gets handled today. I try calling my Nexus, try calling Jesse Beltrain. I don't know who else to call. I don't have friends. My whole family betrayed me. The church betrayed me. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, on goodwill, you know, you could come back and, you know what I'm saying, you know, we're wishing you along and all. It's not, you don't understand, Abbott. You have monks overriding you here, lying to you about what I'm exposing. And they can't handle it. Because you got, you know, people a part of Freemasonic cult organizations, terrorist organizations, that are just hanging out in the property, squatting on the property, freeloading off the property, getting paid by the church on the property. And they didn't renounce those organizations before they were baptized. And then all the Latins come here just to, you know, enforce DSM, Operation Paperclip, after Vatican II, with papal supremacy. Trying to play a game like, y'all under us. I'm like, no, we're a self-governing church that could side with Constantinople at any time. Look how we're represented amongst you. And with that stated, I'm sick of NATO playing power plays with the UGCC now, trying to throw Putin around with Russia, and still practicing Libertserum living space with biological hosting, microchipping, der Untermesh, Kristallnacht, General Plan Oust. Wake up to what this is. This Nazi America has been invaded since Operation Paperclip creation of the CIA. And I don't serve a fascist terrorist state that enslaved my grandmother and myself. I deserve, after 15 microchips later, through slavery, torture, sexual, verbal molestation, rape, from neo-Nazi terrorists, gay Nazis, for 6 years plus. I don't deserve to be in this country. I deserve exile. I deserve finally a passport that I've never been able to get. Lobotomy my left ear from this bullshitter from Sacramento here that's being manipulated, because they keep curse dumping me as Christians on my known microchips. Do you know what curse dumping means in the Orthodox Church? They curse when we bless. Jesus said not to curse. So why are you putting your Gnostic Satanism on me? It's because you're possessed with your neo-Nazi ties. Lobotomizing my condition to make me behave like I have a mental illness still. Why ever you're in the church. Catholic social club with the 10 families that run the central banks, tied to the illegal microchipping empires. It's a $220 billion industry that no one talks about in like 7 states, including Arizona. I don't know about New Mexico. I'm not going to Arizona. The fuck? Excuse my language. In the belly of the beast in Cali. So they're murdering me. They're like, what? He's here. He found out he's shit. Kill him. All yeller. Anyways, crazy horse. With that stated, yeah, being a sting operation federally and trapped since 21 years old is a technological condition. You could get paranoid, believe me, if you don't check yourself through prayer. No, and then you're microchipped on top of it, come to find out. Yet, at the same time, there's a difference between paranoia and, you know, you go to a psychiatric hospital and they say, do you feel, they still get away with saying, do you feel you're being followed? Do you feel the government's out to get you? I'm like, bro, I could drop names. Go look at my social media. Look at every license plate. Every time I said menacing was stalking in the time and who it was. Look at all the people here bullshitting me, man, with their verbal sexual assault. And they're talking my ear off with curse-like judgments and ties that bind, bringing up my sins and, you know, putting a punishment on me when I'm tortured. And you know it. Why? Because you put country before God, whatever nation you're from, tied to neo-Nazi collaboration Axis powers, or KGB, Bolshevik Red Army. Good, bro. Good in the Nazi church. I've been trying to get away. I don't work for Nazis, man. Flash that symbol in front of me, see what the fuck happens. Excuse my language. The same people that shipped me supposedly are directly linked to the plantation owner that bought and sold my 17-year-old grandmother during World War II. Called her a pig. Didn't pay her. Slave labor. Never saw her family again. She was taken from her village when they invaded. And you expect me to be derantermeshed? You expect me to obey that word? You expect me to be treated like that? You believe that? You think it's funny to call him in the military? You think it's funny to put that on him? You think that it's cool to say Kristallnacht? You think General Plan Oust is a fake joke? You think that, what's it called, living space, Lebensraum, is not what is happening with NATO and Ukraine? Watching the Russians kill the Ukrainians and Ukrainians killing the Russians, and then the German support with all their microchipping and bugged equipment, you know what I'm saying, isn't the living space. Huh? Biological hosting of the Slavs. Through Almighty Black Peace, Don't Crip Blood. Illuminati Freemasonry. Satanism, Gnosticism. Of course he came back at that time. 9:02 a.m. I don't know where I'm going, man.
That's why we're going to figure it out, Nicholas.
I don't know if I can get an extension until I get the security scan cleared.
No, we're finding a place to go, brother. That's what we've been doing.
I understand that the monks here override the abbot.
Okay. Brother, are you traveling Greyhound?
What? I don't know where I'm going, man.
Okay. You took a Greyhound from Nevada to here, correct?
Well, I took the Greyhound from Nevada to Sacramento, and then my mother got a credit card to Uber me from Sacramento, like $200-something.
All the way to here?
Oh, what all the way here was like 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
On a credit card. I have 4 cents. I have no bank account. I have no stocks. I had no graduation party. I had, you know, no inheritance.
Uber, man. Oh my gosh, those are so expensive.
Well, I know. You had to get out of Sacramento what they were doing to me, man. And then I was debating on walking to the Amtrak or the Greyhound that could have took me to I forget which city that's close by.
There's one in Ukiah, Greyhound, but a lot of the times the one I took a Greyhound here, but if I would travel, there would be buses that are from San Francisco to Santa Rosa and Santa Rosa to Redwood Valley.
That's what I was gonna take.
Yeah.
It was either
Yeah,
from
those are like
Sacramento.
$50.
It would either been what's it called, the Greyhound or the Amtrak. Yeah, they were murdering me, bro, so bad because I got exposed them.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Before I got to scan in after, and the abuses I endured here, people still denying.
Do you like traveling Greyhound?
Well, I would like traveling Greyhound if I wasn't dealing with the issues I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I have, many times. It's all right.
I like the Greyhound. My parents, when I would travel, they would want to pay for a flight. I don't like to fly. I'd rather take the Greyhound.
I would either take a ship or a Greyhound or a train over a plane any day. Amen, bro.
Do you know that? I don't know if you're a football fan, but the Hall of Famer John Madden, the announcer, he was an announcer for football. His name was John Madden. Anyway, professional, multimillionaire. He would never travel by airplane. He would always have his like huge RV system, and his entourage would drive him around the United States or wherever he went.
That's cool.
He just did not like to fly.
I flew one time in my life and I'll never do it again.
So you have a driver's license then?
Well, right, technically, what's it called? I was dealing with some legal issues that suspended my license, but I
you
have a
one
state
that
ID
proves-
from
yeah.
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Greyhound that's right here in Ukiah. So, what are some options that you've been looking at or thinking about the last few days?
Again, physically, I haven't been able to. It was sprung on me when I was leaving. Before I called the monastery, I was misinformed that I was going to be here a minimum of 2 weeks.
Well, either way, after 2 weeks, where were you planning to go?
Where I was planning to go was anywhere, as long as I got this security clearance for legal purposes. Like
Okay.
literally, once I get the email and the video, and I post on my social media, state of California, everyone, local, state, federal law enforcement know, then they can't play me crazy no more.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to explain to you is I could literally just walk off the property and figure it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Safely.
know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You need kind of I remember you texting the word a little sanctuary, a little safe place.
Well, yeah, I literally fled here.
So why were you? I get it. Believe me, I used to have a warrant for my arrest. The police. I've been in jail for DUIs. I owed a lot of money. So I get it. By God's grace, I was able to take care of those things in the time. So I get it. Believe me.
Right.
It's nice to drive and not have to True story. Last week when I was doing the mail run right here in Redwood Valley, I pulled off to the side because there was the Caltrans. So I went over there. I wanted to ask them a question because one of my friends has like one of their orange cones. So I wanted to get a legal piece of paper so I could make a joke and kind of write something on him and scare him into giving it back. Anyway, I get back in the car, and the post office is just right there, arm throw away. So I don't put my seatbelt on. I go through the stop sign. I'm kind of going like a California stop, and there's a CHP right there. And I just wave to them and just pull and roll into the post office. True story. They come right behind me afterwards, and they get out and go, "Sir, did you realize you went through that stop sign?" I said, "Yeah, there was no one there. I just looked, and you weren't wearing your seatbelt." And I was walking up to him. He said, "Whoa, stand back, please. Do you have a driver's license?" So I gave him my driver's license. And once again, I just looked, made sure it was all safe. He looked at me and knew it was okay. And then he goes, "So what you're telling me is that you knew you were just coming right here and it was just real close." I said, "Yes, that's what I'm telling you, officer." He goes, "Okay, be safe, have a nice day, put your seatbelt on." So I need him to redirect me to do, because he had a trainee that he was training, you could tell. So we had to do everything legal by the book. But anyway, it's nice to not fear that today and not have to run.
Again, yeah, what's it called? To build off of that, to reiterate, technically I have no fear. I'm traumatized and terrorized.
Oh yeah.
So that has a certain effect on anxiety, trauma,
Oh yeah.
PTSD,
Oh yeah.
and what's it called? Panic attacks.
Oh yeah.
Raising your heart rate. And you know, you could get. I was in the point where I was in Reno before I got the scan, and after I'm in the motel room, and then I literally couldn't fall asleep until I had a panic attack.
Really?
Well, that's how bad it was, man. So you know, based off my behavior here, I was trying to readjust, and you know, what's it called? At least through the Eucharist and the relics and whatnot, I in the services and eating, what's it called? I was able to heal from all that worldly traffic and people and all that. Yeah, at a certain level, I didn't get the time I needed, you know, and then
With your panic attacks, do you also, because I have them too, do you get a shortness of breath?
well, yeah. And then my heart starts beating.
Yes.
Sometimes I start shaking,
Yes.
and then what's it called? You know, I start. Sometimes I start flipping out, and then what's it called? I start shaking like crazy,
I get
and
it
then I'll
too.
pass
My
out.
head starts to hurt real bad. Like I'm just yeah, like my head, like I'm dizzy. Feel like you're gonna pass out.